Hello and welcome to the Indiana High School Athletic Association's Champions Network. I'm Bob Lovell, the host of Network Indiana's Indiana Sports Talk. The IHSAA Champions Network is proud to bring you great stories about high school athletics from around the state of Indiana.
IHSAA was founded in 1971 with about 52 charter members, and currently we have about 1,700 members. And it has grown every year, and a lot of it is thanks to the cooperation of the IHSAA and certainly with the Indianapolis Colts involvement now. High school football has changed in the state of Indiana immensely, particularly since the playoffs got started. And when the IHSAA made the determination to go with the playoffs, why it gave a great importance to the football in the state of Indiana. The coaches, I think even more today are very adamant about learning more about the game and promoting the game, and certainly the involvement of the Colts and their success has played a tremendous part in putting a main focus on football, high school football in the state of Indiana.
Since the Colts moved to Indianapolis in 1984, their popularity and following has grown not just in central Indiana, but throughout our entire state. The Indianapolis Colts organization has responded with incredible charity and outreach programs to the fans and the communities of our state, as well as a strong youth football initiative. Former Colts great Mike Pryor was brought on board to become the youth football commissioner for the Indianapolis Colts and put on more than 70 camps a year throughout the state of Indiana.
The beginnings of the Colts initiative with youth football, I think it really got going when they hired Mike Pryor. Mike Pryor is the youth football coordinator for the Colts. Mike does a great job coordinating events with them, with their new blue camps around the state. He also works with myself and some other folks.
The Colts Youth Football Initiative came forward about eight years ago. The NFL started pushing for us to work with younger kids and to get it out into elementary grade schools. And the Colts took a jump in that. We took it a step further, where we bring it to over now 40 elementary schools a year, our Big Blue football camps. We take it another step going to middle schools by using, part of the Play 60 program, where we do fitness camps for middle schools. So we also hit another 35 to 40 schools in the process there. We also have, skills camps for youth and middle school and high school. Summertime, we run 7-on-7 tournaments for the high school. And we're just a big part in any kind of community relations ideas that we go out there. We're hitting these schools, young athletes, to try to make them become better athletes.
Being that the Indianapolis Colts are, really the football authority here in the state, the only pro team here, a lot of colleges here, but nothing quite like the Indianapolis Colts, it's important for us to engage the fans and the community on a grassroots level through, talking to the people, going up and touching the kids, reaching out to them and showing them, hey, when we bring our Big Blue football camp here, we are bringing the Indianapolis Colts to your school. And that's just one of those ways that we're able to just engage fans in a large number, but in really a way that's unmatched or unequal by any other organization in the state.
The Colts are a statewide team here in Indiana. It's not just the city of Indianapolis. I know that there's some new blue camps that Mike Pryor does run throughout the state. I'm also involved in a scholarship program through the NFL Players Association, and we actually send out nomination forms to all IHSAA playing football high schools in the state to nominate a male and a female from their school to receive a scholarship from the NFL. So the Colts are a statewide team, not just Indianapolis.
Football initiative started with Tom Zupancic. When he brought me in here, we started out with the junior training camps, our Big Blue football camps, like I said before, but it keeps growing. It's like, what can we do more? Mike, what can we do? Can we add this in there? I said, well, we can add it. I need help, and that's where our youth football department here is growing. We have I believe we're the only NFL team that has a high school website that we're doing it. We need somebody in there to take care of it. I need an assistant to help out with all the 80 to 100 camps we run a year. We're out of the office. We need more help around the building. How far can we grow in the lives that we're touching over through the state of Indiana, in the football world, and in the community?
Playing on a football team, you learn a lot of lessons. You learn about the buddy next to you. You learn about giving of yourself. You learn about doing your job. You learn valuable life lessons that'll carry on long beyond the time you played in grade school or played in high school. And for the very few that get to play in college, this is a good springboard for them as well.
The IHSAA wanted to make sure they could continue the state football championship games at the same venue as the home of the Colts. There were some concerns of the cost of hosting the games at this great new football stadium. The Indianapolis Colts stepped up to support the IHSAA. The Indianapolis Colts are the title sponsor of our state football championship games.
Lucas Oil was just constructed, and one of the concerns that we had was is covering the cost of playing our state finals in there. And when we looked at everything, we thought it is a natural partnership between the Colts and the IHSAA and their youth football initiatives to give back to the community to help football grow in Indiana. Since that time, it has just skyrocketed. I believe football was growing before that time, but the efforts of the Colts and where they're at and the IHSAA and youth football in general has just propelled football in Indiana to a new level.
We've gotten behind the IHSAA in a major way, sponsoring the state tournament, the sectionals, the regionals, the semi-state, and the state championships that are always going to be held right here in Lucas Oil Stadium.
3 years ago, I met with the Colts and presented the idea, and they absolutely loved it. It fit exactly with their mission of what they wanted to do with community and being the authority on football in Indiana, and we took that to a whole new level. That meeting could not have been better. We shared a common vision. Tom Zupancic, along with his staff, and the Colts organization, we both share a common vision that helped us get that proposal and initiative in place.
Well, with our partnership with the IHSAA and the Horseshoe Classics, letting these high school teams play down at Lucas Oil Stadium has been tremendous. We love that partnership, and I love the experience of watching these high school kids being able to play at Lucas Oil Stadium, where the Colts play, where NFL teams play. It's just, I go back to when I was a young kid going, boy, I wish I would have had that opportunity to play in an NFL stadium. It's just, it's a thrill for them and for the community to be able to come down there and play a game where, where the big time guys do.
We're currently holding 3 classics, Colts classics at the Lucas Oil Stadium. And the reason we hold those is we'll have 4 games each day. It's a pretty crowded day, a pretty packed day, but we'll have teams from all over the state of Indiana come in. Some of those teams will never have an opportunity to play there for a state championship, but boy, when they walk in, their eyes are as wide as silver dollars. Their cheerleaders, the band, the fans, they'll never get a chance to be inside Lucas Oil Stadium and play on the same field that the Indianapolis Colts play on. So it's a real shot in the arm to them, and it's a real thrill for us to be able to host those events.
The Colts youth football initiatives that include the Horseshoe Classics that are played in Lucas Oil Stadium during the regular season are very important. I think those games epitomize their involvement and what they're doing and what they want people to feel by coming down to Lucas Oil Stadium. Those people come from South Bend and Fort Wayne and Terre Haute and Evansville, and they all come there because they may not get a chance to play in a state finals there, and yet it brings their whole community in. It's the band and the cheerleaders and those youth football kids that line the tunnel when they come out. It's an extraordinary day for that community. It's an extraordinary event for those kids.
I think one of the main advantages is the fact that the Colts are looked at as a statewide team. It's just not a city of Indianapolis team. I'm sure they have fans from all over the state, and so that gives the entire state of Indiana, the high school football programs throughout the state, an exposure. They have the website that keeps people up to date on stats. It's just really made a big difference in the focus, and certainly I know the IHSAA has benefited greatly from it.
The Colts obviously have meant a lot to the city of Indianapolis. When they started to win, obviously everybody likes a winner, and high school football all the way down to youth football has kind of have gone on board with that. They have started to sponsor other high school games. The Colts have at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's a great thrill for the high school kids to get to play in that stadium. Also, I know that there are youth teams that get to play games in that stadium prior to Colts games. But I think the momentum that the Colts have had in our community has helped our whole state. with the IHSAA and with youth football.
The Colts have always understood the value of community, and they felt like they could reach their goals through the IHSAA, and we certainly were happy to partner with the Colts, and it's been a wonderful relationship for us.
Well, I think we're mostly the leader on what goes on in the high school stadiums. I know there's probably a few other teams out there that have the high school teams play in their facilities, but a lot of them are just for their state games. We do it constantly all through the year. Our youth initiatives are beyond most. You know, I think there might be 2 or 3 other ones that go out to the schools like we do, the elementary and the middle schools, and have that program with the Colts. Like our high school football camps over the summer that we run for the kids are free. I could say that we're probably the only team that offers a free football camp for kids. We run a high school combine, which we started 4 years ago, something we need to charge for because of NCAA rules. So we stay in line there, and our initiatives, I think we're a leader in this field.
It means a lot to me to be a part of the Indianapolis Colts organization and the youth football department. You know, our role being able to reach out to youngsters from all ages, 2nd grade through seniors in high school, and to be able to help them develop not only the knowledge of football, but also, you know, their skills and fundamentals in the game of football.
Well, first of all, being able to be a member of your favorite sports team and your favorite sports organization, and to go out in the communities and to touch these kids and to be with these kids, and even high school players, you know, and the coaches, to see them and to know that what you're doing truly is making a difference to them in their community. And by the way, you're representing the Horseshoe as well. It's just one of those things that's real neat and real unique, and being a former high school football player in the state, and just to see where the game has come in a short time, and then to actually be inside the organization and see, wow, the Colts really are making a difference here in this state for high school football. But then, you know, it obviously trickles down to the youth football and just engaging a large number of people through just grassroots efforts. You know, it's really unique to see the people that are touched by, you know, just simply, you know, a little bit of caring and a little bit of faith from, you know, the Colts organization.
The Indianapolis Colts and the IHSAA have a one-of-a-kind partnership. There is no other NFL franchise that partners with a state association in the country. Their involvement has been to a level that is unprecedented and has given back to the community in a way that is unprecedented.
The Colts partnership with the IHSAA, to our knowledge, is the only professional sports franchise that partners with a state high school association. So we feel very fortunate that the Colts have chosen to partner with the IHSAA, and conversely, our membership benefits greatly because of the partnership we enjoy with the Indianapolis Colts.
The state finals is just a culmination of the year for these teams that have worked very hard. You get a new start. That's the thing about having every team in the playoffs, which is different than other states, and it was different than when we first started the playoffs. Now we've had teams that have 3 or 4 losses that get to the state finals and have a chance. So it starts off and it culminates that 6 weeks. We think the state football playoffs is one of the hardest things to win because it's over 6 weeks playing outdoor and all the elements and everything, but it's great to come inside to Lucas Oil Stadium, have a big venue like this where we can get all the fans in here. They have good seating, great accommodations and everything, and it's just a great way to wrap up the football season here in the state of Indiana.
We were making some financial considerations about playing at Lucas Oil Stadium, and it's an expensive venue. It's a state-of-the-art venue that's going to be the Super Bowl host this year, and so when we made that decision to continue at Lucas Oil, we were really looking for ways to financially handle this issue, and the Colts really came in the 11th hour and made an opportunity for us that frankly we couldn't refuse, and so it was a great chance for us to continue to host our tournament in the greatest venue in Indiana and maybe in the country. And so it's a wonderful partnership between us and the Colts, and also for the membership.
For more information on the Colts youth football programs, log on to Colts.com or myindianafootball.com. All of us here at the IHSAA and the Champions Network are grateful to the Indianapolis Colts for their support of the IHSAA State Football Finals and the work they do in the communities throughout the state of Indiana. For the IHSAA Champions Network, I'm Bob Lovell.